So I thought an explainer would be easier to do via video. So this is the text that I take in, and then the output are the Anki cards, right? I've made the text bigger so that you can see it. If we exit out of that. So I open up a Claude Code Terminal. This is like ChatGPT, but it can see my files. So here you can see my code files, especially the PY files. And I'm going to edit those through Claude. And to do that, I'll just copy all of this text. I've added this note at the top that says to add feminine or masculine versions of things like nationalities, to add to dex data, which is a very simple file. And easiest way to show you that file would be here. There we go. This file, each line becomes an Anki card, and the professions are like the subcategories of cards. So you see an equivalent of these in our deck. So Claude Code, and then I send this stuff. It just has a list of all our Spanish terms, and I also say feel free to add pre-existing categories and do not duplicate cards. Sometimes it gets stuff wrong, so I have to see what it's actually altered. Now it's having a think. I paused a bit so that you didn't have to wait for the thinking, and you can see here it shows what file entries it wants to make. So it's seen a bunch of countries it wants to add. That's okay, that's not actually in the deck data at all, but it probably paid attention to the prompt I said at the top, right, about adding nationalities and countries, so that's okay. I'll say yes to that. Once it's done doing the edits, I check each thing we asked it to add. So here, this green block means these are the changes to the file that Claude has made. So I can see that it's added Lear. I do that for each word. I'll skip past doing that now because that will take 10-15 minutes. It's worth noting that I didn't specify the English, right? It understood from the structure of the file that already existed that it needed to fill in the English equivalent. That's what's really nice. So if you just give me something really sloppy in Spanish like this, I can get something really structured for our Anki decks. Cool, so I'm satisfied that every word was picked up, every sentence was picked up. Even these conjugations were all picked up. Vemos. Yes. So all good. So I just need to run the code that exports this to Anki. I need to make sure Anki's running in the background because it connects to an API called Anki Connect. This is technical and not necessarily something that needs to be understood to use my script, but Anki Connect needs to be running so that I can actually edit these decks through commands in Python. So if I click export and release, you can see here it's exporting the deck based on this new code. So it's adding the missing items, and only the missing items, to the deck. It's then exported the deck in an APKG file, and now it's gathering statistics about the deck to upload to GitHub via release notes. That takes a little while. I could make it more efficient, but it's fast enough. I'll pause now until it completes. There, and it's completed, right? So it uploaded to GitHub, it created the new release. In the email I send out, the URL points to the latest release, so you can always click the URL that contains latest, and it will give you the latest release. And yeah, this confirms it all completed, and it's successful, and we now have 1,380 cards, which is getting wild. I hope that helps explain things, and I'm going to figure out where to upload this. Thanks.